One of the first meetings that we had as a team, so Dr. Pond, Sam Ratcliffe, and I, was actually a couple of weeks before the semester started. And that was because I was traveling over the summer. I was at Yale and then at UCLA working on my thesis topic. And then Dr. Pond was in Italy. So prior to that point, we had been emailing back and forth about the objects that would be in the exhibit from Bywaters and Blaffer. But the first time that we sat down and looked at, especially the Bywaters materials, was a couple of weeks before installation. So it was a very organic process and a very collaborative process, especially between Sam and I. And so we had to think about the dimensions of the objects, the dimensions of the space, and start plotting the exhibit. The installation actually took a couple of weeks, and it took a lot longer than I was expecting, but luckily it kind of fell in the beginning of my semester, so not at the very end. But it did take a lot of time to set out the objects and get the cases installed and then determine where to place the labels. So it was a very long process, but it was really gratifying once all of the objects were in the space. And now looking ahead to phase 2, it's going to happen all over again. We'll be installing the object labels that are drawn from student responses to the looking assignment. And so everything will have to shift. We'll have to start to shift matrices and impressions within the cases, and also figure out where to place object labels on the wall. So it's going to happen all over again. Phase 2 of the exhibit is really exciting because it demonstrates how far the students have developed in their undergraduate course with Dr. Pond. They've spent a lot of time looking at other, mainly impressions, but also matrices in collections here at SMU, both at the Meadows and at the Bridwell Library. And so they're going to be applying that knowledge to their looking assignment, which is where we'll draw their object labels from.